Hey everybody, it's Chad Warren from chadwarren.me. I wanted to focus on somebody that was kind enough to get a hold of me in a recent video post. That person is Ronald Wayne Beans. First time I spoke with him on the phone. I've had some good rapport on Facebook. He's a fellow Arkansan, and we were brainstorming, and he's psyched to get a podcast going. Been wanting to do it forever, myself. And I was saying, what I'm trying to figure out. He asked if I had a regular show, and I'm like, well, what I'm trying to figure out is I don't want to just have another podcast. My purpose at chadwarren.me is to turn our online passion into local action, right? To stop this neutral tool of tech and social media from being used to suck out the most of our individual human resource to go off to the transnational Rothschild Zionist corporate Borg hive, right, that runs the Facebook. A Facebook, that thing up at the police station with all the people's pictures in it when they've been arrested for you to look through, known criminals. That's a line in the sand. You either understand that, look, the reason Trump is successful is it's a time where we got to cut the shit. We got to be frank, okay? That is the Gnostic essence, to be able to be smart but break it down into actionable intel, like what happens in the military. You know what I mean? You got to be working with a broad group of people and taking action. And I'm saying that we need to develop a intellectual militia. You see, we got all these Bill of Rights and civil rights and all that, but we got responsibilities, civic duties, right? And if we took that seriously, we would be the government, and we wouldn't be bitching and moaning about what powerful people in terms of money are doing, because we would equal them in our ability to mobilize like a cavalry. And a militia doesn't mean shooting people in the face. It means learning what does it take to manage humanity, okay? And the part that I'm interested in are psychological operations and controlled opposition. Unless you are a critical thinker who's ready to drop whatever is the information you have a bias to, whatever, we have identity politics. We go, I'm a Christian, I'm an American, I'm white, I'm black, blah, 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 blah. That is powerful word magic to words, because that's what we're dealing with, is fiction in our diction. Like, you can't tell what's real or not. That in the mental health world, that's called schizophrenic. But everybody is like that. You know what I mean? Christianity's crazy, right? You got some people that want to be really conservative, but then you're like, conservative? This dude, this is some kind of son of God, and it came from the desert in the Middle East. It's the most far out aliens. I mean, these Kabbalah Talmudic they literally say, hey, we're aliens from another decay in these bodies, and we're realizing that we're these agents that have been sent by Yahweh to take over humanity because they're stupid. So, just like there was a Protestant Reformation, right, between the Catholics, okay, and of course all that was actually run by these Rosicrucian secret societies, there is no separation between paganism and Christianity. All of that is divide and conquer tactics. And I've obviously chosen to not give a damn about people's dirty rags of their worn out concepts of who they are, that are all from this before the damn internet world. You are living in it whether you like it or not. You could not even have one. I live in a camper with no electricity or water, right? You could not have these cell phones, but you're still tracked everywhere. That's what the damn pyramid with the eye on the dollar bill is, and that's the beauty of it, is that you may not like a bunch of organized criminals and Lucifer running the physical world, right? But it does. Obviously, there's a thing called crime and corruption. Christians call it sin. I've looked at all these different concepts, and they all connect. So I'm not for somebody like the Pope that's trying to run all that, but everything is connected. You got to figure out that you got to take off the training wheels. The Gnostic view is that getting to the gist, like Trump does, like Ronald and I just did, and like that's more important than whatever you're damn talking about. Wherever two of you are, he is there. Jesus Christ is within you. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You know what I'm talking about? That's the currency of the spiritual realm, is people trusting and knowing and believing and all that together, that you are valuable, that they are valuable. So Ronald and I, as two people on Facebook, we're teaming up like a static charge in a atomic structure. We're jumping up to a higher valence level because we're excited. You know what I mean? Those organs in church literally vibrate the cells of your body. So you are vibrating and have less gravity in your body. There's so much amazing magic. That's just how nature works. You can't get out of that, man. So if you're ready to be the change you want to see in the world and emulate Jesus Christ instead of kissing his ass, then network with us. We're brainstorming. I'm putting out this announcement that we're putting this regular show together. It's open to anybody. We're focusing on debate. Ronald's got all kinds of conservative political connections up in Connecticut. This is for anybody, but it's especially for Arkansans and our local world. Everything is what we're getting into, okay? We are intelligence gathering. I want you to pay yourself some ding-dang self-respect and speak truth to power and look for the corruption in your dark heart in equal amounts that you're pointing fingers, so that we're not caught up in a witch hunt, so that we don't get in a civil war. If you're not off the sidelines and helping out, you're part of the problem. Love you to death. ChadWarren.me. Like, comment, share. What do you want to talk about? Who do you perceive yourself? What are your identity politics? What are your suggestions? It's about unity. There's too many damn different points of view. You see, you can use the truth as a weapon so that we're divided. That's how the Gnostics got wiped out, because they couldn't stand up to the Borg hive mind of Orthodox Catholicism witch hunting them. You see what I'm saying? So that we're about to be like the Native Americans that we allowed to be exploited so we could take over the United States, because they got robots coming. You see, you talk about a cold heart, they don't even have a heart. So unless you're programming that unless you're the ghost in the machine, then you got no future here on planet Earth. And I'm talking for your children. There is no future to humanity. Everything should be a question. You know what I mean? None of us deserve anything. You shouldn't expect anything. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about being afraid of the end of the world. It's being excited that you are as much in the driver's seat as the Rothschilds with their trillions of dollars. That's something you got to believe. That's something you got to know. That's something you got to take action on. Thank you.